Alright, so this is part 3 of the Harry Potter series. Um, Saga. That's the word I was looking for, remember? Saga. Synagogue. Synagogue?
I
Why the
don't think
fuck did
that
I.
rhymes with synagogue.
No, it doesn't at all. It's kind of really doesn't make any sense.
Well, they have similar letters, though.
Phonemes, yes. Phonetically, it is similar.
Yeah.
Um, so anyway, Harry is this gangly fuck. He's on his train, the Hogwarts Express. He's gonna go to school.
No, you Slytherin, remember?
Yeah, and I know. He's already met Hermione, and he's already met Ron. So he's going there, and they say anyone who was like bad is in Slytherin, and like Voldemort was in Slytherin and shit, and so yeah, Harry does not want to be there. Yeah, he really just does. It's not the place for him, you know. I mean, like if Voldemort killed his family, Voldemort was in Slytherin. Ergo, Harry does not want to be in the same house that fostered a mass murderer. So, I mean, it makes sense to me. I wouldn't want to be there with that, either. And it's pretty, uh, it's pretty brutal, how they died because he was a Avada Kedavra. But anyway, so what happens is
It's actually painless, though.
it's painless, yes, but it's brutal. I think it's brutal because
They had a baby.
they had a baby. Yeah, and it brings a tear to my eye. I had my tear ducts removed recently so I could appear more manly. Um, but that's besides the point. Anyway, so Harry Potter goes in and he's in the boats. He's in the boats to fucking the Great Hall to have the banquet and the first night at Hogwarts. And he's trying to figure out, he's still trying to get his life, together here, and like, he's they're kind of confused.
He's
And
trying to get his life together. He's 11.
he's 11, he's fucking, getting shipped off to fucking some school for magical people, and he does like a month later he was like getting pounded by fucking Dudley.
Earlier.
A month earlier. Yeah, I must have no linear sense of time because I just said that. Anyway,
That's
so
why I'm here.
yes, that is what this is my associate. Her name is Samantha. She does my taxes. And also, kind of she does my taxes. Anyway, so he's really nervous because he doesn't want to be in Slytherin, and he doesn't he's shaking in his boots. He's really shaking here. He's shaking like a booty.
Like Puss in Boots.
She's shaking like a booty in boots. Anyway, so he's there, and then they go through all the names, and it is an excruciatingly slow process. And Harry is on his fucking toes, and he's literally like, "Come on, like, give me a break here." About to just like fucking walk out of here. I
You
don't
wish
maybe.
his last name started with A.
Yeah, no, I wish it was Anthony. Anthony's in burly, manly.
Harry Anthony.
Anthony is in like Harry. No, Anthony Potter.
Well, then he would still be the same place in
No,
line.
Potter. Okay, let's just call him like Ashton, like Harry Ashton or something like
Harry
that.
Ashton. Well, Hannah Abbott would still come first, though.
Harry His last name it's Iranian.
It's a scream
It's like
of terror.
Kind of unfortunate the bloodline has not died out for that name. That people still exist. Anyway, we're getting off topic here. So we try to. So he finally goes up there, and the Sorting Hat can like hear his thoughts and shit. And it's like, Harry's like, I hope he doesn't, you know, think like look into my brain and find that time I jerked off in the bathroom.
He's 11.
11-year-olds can jerk off, okay, and you can be 9 and have sex even. I know because
you can't
I
have
was.
sex when you're 9. That's so wrong.
I know because I had sex with a 9-year-old.
What the fuck?
So don't mind her. She's I'm registered with NAMBLA, by the way. I'm totally clean and free on this. You come at me, gonna come at me with some judgments about how I like little children. Send some of my men after you.
Okay, stop about the
children.
Okay.
All right. Jesus, spaghetti and meatballs here. So he goes up there and the Sorting Hat's like, you would do well in Slytherin. You would really do well in Slytherin, and Potter's like, not Slytherin, not Slytherin, not Slytherin. It's like, oh, not.
I don't think he would do well in Slytherin, though.
Yeah,
What's the hat fucking
like.
thinking?
Yeah, the hat. It's a fucking hat. Of course he doesn't fucking know anything.
But it has brains in it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still
Remember
a hat.
it sings that song about how it has brains?
What amounts to a decoration you can place on your head, I don't think is fucking necessarily a rocket scientist, yo.
Well, it sorts all the students.
Sorts all the students, yeah. You give a hat that ability, it doesn't necessarily have the ability to fucking do anything else.
I know, but at least it should know that Harry would not do well in Slytherin.
Well,
though.
what I'm trying to say is, like, what does it do on the downtime? Ron even said that. He's like, does he just take the whole year to make up the song for the whole year?
Yeah, exactly.
That seems like horrible.
Well, in the second year, Harry puts it on his head so it gets like a little rest from making up the song. Maybe it talks to Dumbledore. It lives in his office.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, if Dumbledore has, no better friends than a hat. I think he's a distinguished wizard. I'm sure he has some friends he can grab a brewski with every now and again. Kind of just, talk shit and, talk about football.
Quidditch.
Talk about Quidditch. Chudley cannons and shit. So, like, he says, oh, not Slytherin, eh? Well, better be Gryffindor. So he's in Gryffindor.
He doesn't even consider the other houses, though.
Yeah,
he's like, fuck Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff.
Because Harry Potter has ambition in him, he is seen as a Slytherin, and he has ferocity. But he is also brave and noble, which makes him a Gryffindor. And so the Sorting Hat was probably like, alright, we're at a crossroads here. I can either make you a Slytherin if you want to be, or if you don't want to be, then I'm fucking Gryffindor. So he probably didn't have much else, like, attribute-wise. I mean,
so he's, like, dumb as fuck, and he's not a hard worker?
No, that's not what I said.
Okay, continue, sorry.
Yeah, you're going off topic. This will lead to more pedophile talk. She doesn't know. So he says, better be Gryffindor, and he goes off, and he says, he's better be Gryffindor, and he's like, yeah, yo, and he's like, so happy about it, and friend George, and Percy shakes his hand and shit, because he's like all this pomp. He's not a Weasley. He's a head boy. that year, and he's just
Not first year. He's head boy third year.
what is he? No,
He's a prefect.
he's a prefect. All right, all right. So there's prefects. There's prefects for each year, but a head boy only in the last year, the 6th year,
The 7th.
7th.
Really? The 6th year is the last year?
The 7th. No, because in the book he says I'm gonna be a prefect in the 7th book, right? Exactly.
No, in the 7th book he's a head boy.
He's a head boy.
But how
That's what I
could you
mean.
possibly think there's only 6 years?
I didn't think there was 6 years.
You said in the last year, the 6th year?
No, I said the last. I thought it was the 6th book that he gets the head boy badge. I thought it was the 6th book. Okay, I'm not.
No, he's head boy. Percy's head boy in the 3rd book.
See what I mean? See what I mean?
Because he's in his 7th year in the 3rd book.
She knows. She knows what she's talking about.
I know way too much about Harry Potter.
I know, it's ridiculous. How a fucking girl just like be that like so obsessed with Harry Potter. Literally, like if I bet she has sexual fantasies about me being like Harry or something.
I used to masturbate to like Harry Potter
Fan fiction or whatever.
fan fiction, yeah.
Yeah. Well, now this can't go on YouTube.
No, it's okay. I was a little kid then.
Ah, you were a little kid.
Pedophile. More pedophile talk. Okay, continue. Sorry.
So he goes up and he's like going to the fucking house and everything, and he's like visions of cauldrons and owls are dancing in his head, and he goes to sleep. So like he wakes up, goes to class, and he goes to potions, and fucking Snape, Severus Snape, is probably the single most salty fuck in the whole fucking series because like he literally fucking he needs a dick up his ass because he's got something up there that needs to get like loosened out, and only a dick can do that. He needs to get butt fucked, by Quirrell or something. And speaking of Quirrells, Professor Quirrells was like, he's a stuttering fuck who just doesn't. He's like, had some trouble with a vampire or something. Like I don't even know. He has like some trouble. Like he stutters. He's a paranoid. He's more paranoid than a fucking cokehead. And he's more. He just doesn't know what he's doing. He's like in the book. He's just generally very very cowardly and not meek, but just like spineless. Couldn't last a day in the world. Couldn't last a day in the fucking my familia. He'd get knifed second day by me.
I thought you were German. You're actually Italian though.
I'm Italian, yeah.
Then why'd you say you were German in the other video?
I said I was Harry the Germ.
Oh, okay.
That's my name.
Sorry. Continue.
Man, if Timmy the Nose were here. So.
Fuck Timmy the Nose.
You want me to fuck Timmy in the nose?
No, I said fuck Timmy in the nose.
I don't think my dick would fit in his nose.
Because you got a big dick.
Yeah. Anyway. Anyway, so he goes, and speaking of like delinquents, Malfoy is part of Slytherin, and he literally goes up for the sword and hat, and he's barely on his head, and he says Slytherin and shit, and he's very biased. He's like an equatable to like a racist in Muggle society with lots of money, which is absurd in all counts. Like, you never meet someone that obviously bad as like an individual in the real world. That's why it's so fucking hard to pin down like these motherfuckers coming through the cracks, coming out of the woodwork. You know, because they seem some way or whatever. Anyway, so there's Malfoy fucking has some up his ass about Harry too. In fact, all Slytherins like, you know, they got some up their ass. They all need to be butt fucked to loosen up the fucking endocrines or whatever. So he's goes to potions and fucking and Snape's like, why aren't you all copying this down? He's like, he's talking
But he
about
just like
blue
yelled at Harry
flame,
for taking notes. And then
blue
he's like,
fame.
why aren't you all
Yeah,
writing this down? Because he just fucking yelled at Harry for writing shit down.
yeah, he's very contradictory,
He's
and
bipolar.
he's contradictory and would not make for
Teacher.
a good teacher. I don't know why Dumbledore hired this fuck. I mean, you know, it's more on there later. Anyway, so he's I should probably go because it's 16 minutes.
Okay.
All right. Till next time. Salud.